What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your continuous support. I really appreciate it. I can't take it for granted. Kindly continue subscribing for those who have not subscribed. We are here to continue learning. Each and every day is a learning day, as we always say. So guys, today I'm here. I want to enlighten someone. This is what is happening, and I feel like I need to address this today, or I need to inform you today. Now, I have been receiving this question that how long can a semi-permanent take for it to be complete? So guys, that is the main reason why I'm making this video today, and I feel I need to teach someone maybe who don't know how semi-permanent is done. And I know we are in a world where we have people whom you tell that you want this to be done in 1 month, and since they want money and they want to do that work, they will tell you it will take you 1 month. I'm here to tell you today that semi-permanent cannot be built within 1 month. You like it or not, it cannot, and it will never be built within 1 month. This is the reason why I am telling you that, and will be giving you reasons why I think you need to be aware of this. In fact, that can be your interview. If you want to know someone who can give you the best work, just ask them, will this work, how long will this work last? Because I want it ready in the next 1 month. If someone accepts, put them off. Find someone else who can explain to you what is required and how it's done to ensure that it's perfect. When your friend tells you that I want a house and I want it ready within 1 month, tell him or her, no, it cannot go within. Constructing a semi-permanent cannot be done within 1 month. So guys, this is the thing. The procedure of building semi-permanent is this. When you are ready with the material, yes, you are ready with your material, we will build that house. That will take around 2 days, by the way, 2 or 3 days, your house to be on this step. Then you will organize the soil. The soil will then come in. Now listen, when the first soil come in, remember this soil is prepared in a way, it's just soil and water. So it's wet soil. And when it is put on your house, it needs time to dry. Are you there? So this is the first part of the first step, and your house will look like this, as you can see in this picture. Now, after that, you are supposed to let your house to dry for 2 weeks, minimum 2 weeks. Are you there? Then, after those 2 weeks, another soil will come in, which will close any openings that will appear once. You know, when you use wet soil, it means once it dries, it will shrink and it will leave little holes. And in fact, the first one will always leave big holes. So you will need to ensure that soil dries up fast. Are you there? So after it has dried up, you will then smear the second soil on top of that, the one that has dried, and you will be closing even the openings and the little branches of trees that is always used around. We called it in Kiswahili fito. Again, you need to leave it for 2 weeks minimum. That doesn't matter even if it's not raining, because someone will tell you, what about in dry season? Even in dry season, I will advise you, let your house to be to dry up so that the soil is intact. So you can imagine that one has taken 1 month, because first 2 weeks after first soil, then second 2 weeks after second soil was, and by the way, second soil is kinda just plastering. I will call it, because most people always know that. Most people even leave their house at that stage and they just leave because of income. You remember, people have different income flow, and we need also to appreciate that, because also just reaching that step is not easy. Then after that, plaster can come in from there. So I will also tell someone to take that opportunity. Suppose you are waiting for your salary end month and you have the material in a way that your house can start, you can start constructing your house. You don't need to rush, by the way. You need to take this opportunity, start your house, let it at this step, let it dry well. By the way, for that, I'm using 2 weeks for those people who will be in a hurry. But if you are not in a hurry, you can even leave your house to dry for 1 month, so that it gains that intact state, that when you apply, when you will be plastering, there is no opportunity or no chance of that house cracking. Now, if you don't leave your house to dry, as I'm saying, probably, and plaster, you start your plastering earlier, wait for it, utaniletea ushuhuda. You will testify here that your house will have cracked. Most of the houses that they were built semi-permanent and they have cracks, possibly the fundi rushed that house, maybe because they want more job somewhere else, they want to go on a different site. But I will advise you that when building your semi-permanent house, just go slow by slow. Another thing, oh, let me finish that first, by the way. Then after your house has dried up for those 2 weeks, you can start plastering your house. For plaster, you will need chain link. Then it can be chain link or chicken wire. By the way, they always use any of those. Then you will need sand, cement, waterproof. Ensure you use waterproof for this house, because if you don't use waterproof, your house will possibly crack, or that cement will be taking in water, and it's kind of not good for your house. However, this is my advice. If you let your house to dry, for example, you give it even a month to dry before doing plaster, your house will be long lasting. It will not show any cracks anywhere soon. And I know I always use myself as an example, though some people may feel uncomfortable, but I have seen it. And if you happen to follow these instructions, you will be okay. The reason why we want your house to dry is this. If they plaster when your house is still wet or somehow wet, once that soil dries up, it will shrink, and when it shrinks, it means cracks will appear immediately, because the sand, the cement and sand, the plaster, I mean, is just put on those mud soil. Now, if you don't let it dry, once it dries, your plaster will automatically crack. Maybe you have seen this somewhere, and it's not even on a semi-permanent house. Even those who are built with bricks, you rush your house, cracks will appear within short time. And the crack is always because that soil shrinks, and once it shrinks, it leaves spaces, giving a chance for plaster to crack. Another important advice, and take this one to bank. We have lived in this world, and it is rare to find a mason doing roofing. Yes, I know it happens, they always do it. But for me, if you want a perfect roof, if you want a perfect house, ensure your mason is not your roofing guy. ensure that, because if you let the mason to be a roofing guy, that house will not bring out that beauty of a house, because you remember the fundis, the fundis who believe that they can do both masonry and roofing, possibly most of them, I've not said all of them. If you have seen one who is perfect in all those sectors, then you can thank God for that. But most of them, they just deal, if you give someone such opportunity, probably when it comes to roofing, they will go take a carpenter somewhere. Now you can imagine your house is being roofed by a carpenter. Instead of someone who is specialized in this field and is working daily as a roofing guy, and he has that experience. So for me, my advice is this: for semi-permanent, let roofing guy be the first one on your site. He will ensure that you have a perfect roof. And before you give someone a roofing job, ensure you do due diligence. What can he do? Will he bring out that roof that you want? Will he bring out the best angle that when you look at it, even by yourself, you feel, wow, I did something? Will he do that? So after getting such a guy and he tells you that he can do this, then let that fund in that case do that, the first part of that work. Then after that, you will bring in masonry to do plaster. If you want your house to be perfect, do it that way. If you leave your masonry to be your roofing guy, your house will look like this one. And I don't want your house to look like this one, because this is one of the worst roofing that someone can ever do on your house. Imagine you have got you have hustled, you have done everything to raise money to buy iron sheets like these ones, then someone brings you such jokes. So ensure you, when building your semi-permanent, you consider these factors. There are two factors: don't rush that house when building. Then number two, don't let your masonry, the one who will do plaster, be the roofing guy. They will let you down, because mtaka yote ukosa yote, it doesn't apply here. But believe me, it's not just advisable. You can do your own research before letting someone to do your work. Get best fundis, then your house will be perfect. We have seen semi-permanent which stays for more than 20 years and they are in perfect condition. Also, I have another tip that I feel I should share with you. When it comes to finishing, don't let you have let but these are now my thoughts. For semi-permanent to be perfect, use rough cast. Rough cast is the best for semi-permanent, because rough cast helps your house to withstand changes in weather. So if you are built your semi-permanent, I know when you apply paint it's always beautiful. However, since we are looking at something that will be long term, something that is also it saves your money, because rough cast is always easier in a way. You just need cement, then a packet or 2 packets of oxide. You mix in that cement plus little sand, then they spray your house. They spray your house with rough cast. So you can also consider that. And if you are building a semi-permanent, please, I know the paint always brings out that beauty that everyone admires. However, we are looking at how long will it last. So ensure that you use rough cast and everything will be okay. Your house will last for long. It will take even 15 to 20 years. When someone looks at your house, they will still admire. If someone looks at your house, they will not even know it's a semi-permanent. They will think that maybe you have used bricks to build your house. Please ensure you follow that. Don't let your fundi lie to you that, hey, I can do this work with 1 month. Nyumba itakuwa imekauka wapi? Si itakuwa imekauka. and you need to ensure your house dries so that everything is perfect. Otherwise, kufikia hapo, let me say thank you so much. If you have any question, just ask and I will continue enlightening you. If you take my advice, most of my advice, by the way, you will not be stressed when it comes to building. Others, let me say thank you so much.